There were clouds in my coffee, clouds in my coffee. You're so vain. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing really well. If you can hear a very distant whirring in the background, it's not the cogs of my brain, or it does feel slightly like it. I've had to put the fan on because I'm currently sitting within a volcano itself, otherwise known as Central London in the summer. It's not pleasant. Just gonna put it that way. It's sticky. My entire body just constantly feels like a toddler's hand at the moment. It's just very sticky. So apologies for that. We're off to a good start, probably annoying you already. I thought we'd sit down and put some makeup on today. It's been a while. I've mainly just looked like this for 2 weeks really because I haven't really known what I'm doing with my life. As I think we all established in the baking video, don't really need to go into that too much again. I was going to start by doing my hair so that I looked slightly presentable, but the thought of bringing any form of hot object near me at the moment, including hairdryer and straighteners, it's just not the one. But I am going to do a full face of my current fave makeup, which is always quite interesting to see, isn't it? I love being a little bit nosy into people's makeup bags. And I'm also going to show you my current favourite daytime outfit. Like a daytime TV presenter, just call me Lorraine. Current absolute fave pair of jeans, which I really need to stop wearing and put in the washing machine at some point. And in some kind of major plot twist of the century, I'm also really enjoying wearing a crop top. I don't know how that happened either. I'm just as shocked as you are. My midriff is wondering what this big golden light in the sky is. I believe, ladies and gentlemen, that is what is known in the business as a confidence glow up. So if that doesn't keep you in your seat to see the outfit at the end, I surely don't know what will. Speaking of outfits, I always try and show you guys as much as I can on here without overloading you. All the clothes that I've been loving at the moment. But if you're just here for the style inspo, for a little bit of mid-sized style goodness, then the best place to head over and follow me for my everyday outfits, the new bits that I've been adding into my wardrobe, take a look at all the old faves that I've been wearing half to death till they've got holes in the crotch. Maybe you just want to see what clothes look like on my kind of body shape, which might be very similar to yours. The best place for all that good stuff is to head over to the app 21 Buttons and follow me over there. I don't know about you, but when it comes to treating myself to new clothes, the routine tends to go like this. Check out the profiles of my favourite internet ladies who I wish I could be. Spot them wearing an outfit that I fall head over heels in love with and decide that I want to recreate it immediately, and then hunt through the entire internet to try and find those items of clothing. Turns out 21 Buttons makes that a whole lot easier and much less time consuming. It's a really cool, easy to use little app that you can download straight onto your phone, and as I said, it's obviously not just me on there, there's loads of other YouTubers, bloggers, you know, the general internet people who you look at their photos and you think, I'd really like to steal your wardrobe. All you have to do is head over to their 21 Buttons profile, choose the outfit photo that you've got your eye on, click on the little button for the item, and it'll take you straight over to the brand's website, straight to the exact item, and you can shop it for yourself. There's loads of other great features too. You can save any items that you've got your eye on into your own personal wardrobe to come back to later, and you can discover new ways to wear the items as well and get even more style inspiration with the combine feature, which is super handy as well. And you don't have to be a YouTuber or a blogger or some kind of Instagram sensation to use it either. You can upload your own outfit photos onto 21 Buttons and you might be able to make a bit of money through that as well, which is always a bonus. If you fancy it, you can follow me on 21 Buttons. I'm over at Lucy Jane Wood. I've been using it for a really long time now. It's the first place that I upload any of my outfit photos, so there's a whole lot of looks over there. Whole lot of looks. Waiting for you to have a browse through, and it's definitely the easiest way to shop them for yourself as well. So make sure you click the link in the description box down below, download 21 Buttons for yourself, follow me over there, set up your profile, and we can basically help each other out with the endless challenge that is, what on earth am I going to wear today? So I'm going to get stuck in and try and transform myself from young choir boy to maybe late 20s female. I mean, that'll do today really. It's so hot that I'm not really aiming for anything higher than that. So let's just all keep our expectations fairly level and we'll be good to go. Right. Oh, Legolas, you're looking well. How are you, lad? I won't go on too much about the makeup that I'm using. They're all old faves, so any of these products I fully recommend them. I will say though that I've started using, I feel like this is very grown up and I'm very proud of myself, I've started using SPF on my face every single day. Anyone who's not from the UK will probably be horrified that that's even a big deal, but hardly anyone does it here. It's not something that's drilled into us from a young age. I mean, you're talking to a girl who used to use sunbeds on a regular basis when a teenager. So I might have to get through a few bottles of this to undo those effects, but we'll have a go. I think I was a teenager in the last few years before anyone realised just how bad sunbeds really are, so I kind of caught the tailwind of it kind of still being okay. It's not okay, don't use sunbeds. PSA. I'm going to go in with my old fave, my old faithful MAC Face and Body for a nice little bit of light glowy coverage. So let's get stuck in with some questions before I just keep rambling on about makeup, which I said I wasn't going to do. Without a doubt, it was very clear to see that it's the time of year when everyone's graduating right now, because like 50% of the questions that landed in my inbox on Instagram, that's where I ask you guys to get involved in these. A huge chunk of the questions that were getting asked were people like, how do I deal with existential crisis after graduation? Like, how do I figure out what I'm going to do with my life after graduation? What am I doing after graduation? I totally get it. It is literally the scariest time, because up until then you've had a very clear path and you've had steps to follow. You get through one set of exams, you tick them off. You get through another set of exams, you tick them off. You've got endless essays and stuff, tick, tick, tick. And then you get to the day after graduation and you're like, my checklist is now empty and I have to make my own checklist. And you can't just put like tidy room. Everybody comes out in different financial positions. Like, I think it would be all very well and good for me to sit here and go, don't rush into anything, like really think about what you want to do. But for a lot of people, you come out of university and you're like, well crap, I now have to start making some money. But maybe as like general advice, I would say try and remember that just because it's your best mate's priority to be applying for graduate jobs and be looking for the highest paid position, trying to work out your own priorities is a really important step that will help you figure out what's next. And I think patience is a really big part of it as well. I think the two main things are, don't compare. That's generally life advice really, isn't it? Don't compare yourself to where other people are up to, and patience with what might be to come for you. That comparison element is something that really has to go for you to feel comfortable and have a bit of faith in yourself that things will work out at its own pace when it needs to for you. It is more than okay to move at your own pace and not feel like you have to be keeping up with everybody else, and not feel like by a certain age you have to have achieved something. Like, that is the most toxic mindset to live your life by, and it never works. Think about what it is I really want and what I'll find fulfilling in a career, and what won't beat me to the ground and make me think, God, I wish I hadn't started this job. But then also, if you do rush into something, you can always leave. Like, it's just a job. A job is just a job, and you can always change it. That was very contradictory advice. Enjoy that one. That was Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer, the best and the cheapest. And then now I'm going to add a little bit of powder, because the glow is real, but it's going to cross that fine line to sweat central. I spotted this question and I couldn't not answer this one because it made me sad. How to cut ties with a toxic man early on in a relationship. I think this goes for man, woman, anyone in between. The fact that you've actively spotted that they're a toxic person makes me confident in the fact that you'll be strong enough to do something about moving yourself away from them. Maybe I should just spell this out for anyone who might need to hear it. I don't know who needs to hear this. If you're aware of it, even if you have the slightest sense you think, this person might not be good for me, that feeling in itself is the biggest red flag that can possibly be waved. As soon as you start to think that, it's time to have a look at things. It's having the self-awareness to say, I recognise these flags are there, I recognise they're very real, and I'm not kidding myself anymore that they're going to go away. Like, this isn't going to change, this is the relationship that I'm going to lock myself into. It's doing something about that before it happens, before it turns into something that's a lot more damaging to your happiness and your well-being. And you've really got to change it before it becomes something that does long-term damage to you, I think. Having spent so many years in a very crap relationship and feeling so desperate to make it better when actually nothing was ever going to change it, I'm now trying to heal the damage that has done. And that's a lot harder than if when I was 19 I'd said, this isn't right, I'm not getting what I need from this. That would have been a lot easier than trying to patch it all back up now and trying to relearn all the things that I'm trying to relearn now. So I don't have specific advice for it because I think every situation is so different, and I think it's silly for me to assume what your situation is. But all I can say is it's amazing that you've recognised that there's toxicity going on, and I hope that you are putting yourself first enough to do something to change that, and don't feel any guilt about it. You get yourself out of that and you look after yourself. This one made me laugh. Does life get better than your early 20s? Lol. That lol at the end, that says everything I need to know. My early 20s were, they were pretty bleak. They were pretty bleak. I haven't been telling you any products here. I used Benefit Hoola Light Bronzer, wasn't even going on anymore. Benefit Hoola Light Bronzer, and I've just put some Benefit Gimme Brow in my brows, and I'm now going to go in with my new brow pen from Glossier. This is called Brow Flick, and it's like a tiny little felt tip pen, and you draw the hairs in individually and it makes your brows look great. Anyway, back to the question. I had to move back home, I didn't have any money, I had no idea what I wanted to do for a job. I kind of fell into freelance writing, very luckily, that was making me a little bit of money but not enough to do anything with. I was in a god-awful relationship that was very long term but very stagnant and loveless, painfully lonely, depressed, didn't really recognise that I was depressed, so it was just rough. It was really, really rough. And then I went through the breakup that Satan himself crafted from clay. So Ophelia, if you're in your early 20s right now and you're thinking, this ain't it, this cannot be it, it's not it. But it's literally taken me to the age of 28 to figure out what the hell is going on in my own brain. I think therapy's helped it quite a lot, but I really feel like I've kind of got a bit of my own identity, and I don't feel like I'm just... I mean, I still go through vast periods of time where I'm like, what am I doing? As we all saw in the Lemon Drizzle video. Prime example of when my brain is just like, what is happening? And I don't think that ever goes away. Early 20s are such a prime example of it because uni's in the mix. So some people shoot straight through to incredible jobs. Some people fall right down a snake and go back to square one on the board. Some people got babies, some people get married. Like, everybody's just all over the place, and I think the comparison thing is at its loudest at that point because you're still just as insecure as you were when you were 18 as well. So just hang on in there really. I promise it does get a hell of a lot better. Not easier, but maybe you just care less about everything. Maybe that's the trick. Maybe I've just generally kind of stopped caring about most things really. And it's super cheesy, it's probably not what you want to hear at all, but all the crap stuff that happens down the line, you really do learn a lot about life and about yourself from it all. Like, it really does all happen for a reason. Even though it feels awful at the time and you have no idea what that reason is, and it just feels like the world is perpetually punching you in the face over and over again. And there'll be lots of times where you think, well, I've got through this, so I can get through anything really. That was 3 quite intense questions. I feel like we've got very deep and meaningful here while I put my eyebrows on. This one's a lot easier. Are you at Summer in the City this year? Yes, I am. I always go to Summer in the City. If you don't know what it is, it's a big like YouTube convention that happens in London. So if you are going to be there, I'll be around Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or if you've been thinking about getting tickets, I really recommend it. It's a really great weekend. There's loads going on. There's like music performances, stand-ups, Q&As, loads of panels which are really interesting if you've maybe got your own YouTube or you want to try and grow your own YouTube. I'll probably be in Costa Coffee for most of the time thinking, this is a lot. That's where I tend to find myself most of Summer in the City. So see you there for a latte. I was going to do some eyeshadow, but I haven't brought any eyeshadow brushes up, so we'll just keep this one very simple. Oh, I haven't bought any mascara either. What the hell? Well, I might as well go and get some eyeshadow brushes then, really mindfully. Be right back. Got him. Okay, next question. Have you started viewing flats or houses yet? Oh. The bane of my life. We are actually starting to go and view places this week, which is mega exciting, don't get me wrong. Like, I cannot wait for it to just be done. Currently at the bottom of this very, very massive, insanely expensive mountain, and me and Adam are both just like, what are we, like we don't even know what we're doing. We're just like, well, yeah, we want to buy somewhere, but we don't know anything about what we're doing. But rather than just literally blindly staring at Rightmove for an hour every evening, like I have been doing, like I'm so sick of Rightmove, we are actually just gonna get it going. Like, we're actually just gonna book some viewings and see what happens, because we need to start figuring out what we like and what we don't like. Like, we've got a list of a few things that we do really want. Like, I am desperate for some outside space because we don't have anything in this flat, so I'm desperate for like a tiny little courtyard or a garden or something. Adam wants a bigger kitchen, because we've got a few different areas in London that we're considering as well, so we're trying to figure out what the commute times are like for each one, and then what we can afford in one place compared to the other place. There's just so many different factors to think about all at once with it, and obviously you also have to fit it around work and having a life, and it's like bottom of the priority list, but then also a very constant massive priority, so it's just like we're just figuring it out as we go. And this is a little bit of Benefit Bad Gal Bang mascara to wake my eyes up a bit. What did you think of Stranger Things season 3? I'll make this spoiler free. I thought it was incredible. I would have watched all of the episodes in a row, but Adam held me back and we split it over a few days. I thought it was very scary compared to the other two. It really kind of gave me the creeps at points. So that was cool. It seemed a lot darker. It's just brilliant, isn't it? It's just the best show. It is my absolute favourite. The aesthetics of this one were obviously incredible, and the ending, oh my god. I was not ready for that. I was not okay. And I just need to say that Billy is the most gorgeous human being that I've ever seen in my life. While I pop on some highlight, this is Ciate Moondust. It's got like a pink tone to it. It's really pretty. Do you think Love Island should have some more average sized babes? Yeah, obviously. It is very one-dimensional, shall we say. I'm bloody loving it though. What a season it's been. I think the issue of like the Love Island body image is a really interesting conversation to have actually, because without a doubt it's silly the way it's done. Like, they're all so athletic and very slim, and the typical like beauty standard aspirational body, every single one of them. The nature of the show though is a complete bubble, so to some extent you sort of understand it, but I hate the way that it was defended, and it was like, we want people to fancy each other, as in like, oh well, no one with any other body type could possibly be attractive. Like, are you dumb? That's so awful, don't say that. But then I also hate the idea of there being one like token plus size girl in there or something just to appease everybody slightly, because I think whoever that was would have a really rough time with the response that they got on social media, because they'd be in constant comparison. Whereas if the whole group was a much wider range of representation and size diversity and stuff, surely that's the only way that you could do it. Like, it's like that Channel 4 show, Naked, I think it's called Naked Beach. I don't know if anybody watched it. If you didn't, watch it on 4OD because it was so good. Because I wouldn't want just one girl to go in, because I think it would be constant comments like, oh, she's so pretty, if only she just lost a bit of weight. She'd be so hot if she toned up a bit. Like, it would just be constant crap like that doesn't do anybody any favours. There's no doubt that it should be done, but I think they'd have to be clever with how they did it to protect everybody that was involved and all the aftercare and stuff. Last question while I decide which of these lip glosses to go for. I think I might go red. What are you reading at the moment? I am reading a book which I cannot put down. It is so good! So good! It's called The Immortalists. I can't think who the author is, but I'll pop it in the description box down below. It's called The Immortalists. It's about 4 kids that go and see a fortune teller when they're young, and she tells them each the day that they're going to die. And then the story progresses through each of their lives. And I think the first half was better than the second half that I'm kind of getting into now, but I'm still really, really enjoying it. If you're looking for something new, something to take on holiday. I've got 2 new lip glosses from Glossier here. I love their classic one, so I couldn't help but pick up the 2 new ones. So this one is a red one, and this one is a holographic one. I think with the outfit that I'm gonna go and get changed into now, I think red's best, so let's try this. I'm not sure how red it's gonna be really. And let's have a little spritz, get that all into place. Can't live without this. This is the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. Kind of makes everything blend into itself a little bit more, and sets it all into place, and it's just refreshing and lovely. And seeing as it's an absolute sweat box in here right now, That's what I need in my life. So that is makeup done and dusted. It's a very simple one today. I'm not doing anything very exciting. So I didn't want to get too carried away with anything too complicated like, oh, I don't know, eyeliner? No, take a step back from that. I think I'll get changed now and show you the outfit, which I've been absolutely loving at the moment. It is what I would say a perfect pair of mom jeans. I'm always on the hunt for them. A new pair of trainers, which I am so obsessed with. I'm wearing them to death already. They're not gonna be looking pristine for much longer. Who would have thought it? It's as big a surprise to me as it is to you. But it's actually a little crop top, which I'm really, really enjoying wearing at the moment. So I'm gonna go get changed. It's like my favourite go-to daytime outfit. And I'll show you. Here she is. The stance that I have to get in to fit this frame right now, it's like halfway between a squat and like a threatening rugby pose. Super attractive. So I'm just gonna shuffle back and show you what I've been enjoying wearing. So this is my current favourite like everyday outfit basically. Is today the day that I go down the stairs? I mean, I'll go down the stairs, but I won't fall down the stairs. These are the jeans which are a game changer. So they're from ASOS. It's pretty much where I find all my best jeans. I feel like no one does mom jeans quite like ASOS. As soon as I tried these on, I knew they were going to be amazingly comfortable because they're nowhere too tight or anything. Like I've got actually quite a lot of room to play around with, especially around the thighs and stuff. I don't feel like I have to really like challenge myself to get into them. It's not like a full workout to squeeze my bum into these. Like I actually get into them quite easily, which is a real joy. And I also really like the hem of these as well, rather than a turn up, which most of my mom jeans have, I think. These have got like more of like an ankle skimming frayed little undone hem to them, which I think is a really cool little detail. Always got a team of belt with my mom jeans. Anything that goes over these bits, the old banana bread, it's inevitably going to be a little bit big on me around here because that's just the shape that my body is. So I normally always have to wear a belt with them anyway, but this is my little double circle belt, also from ASOS. And then this is the little crop top, which is an absolute revelation. So this is from Pretty Little Thing, and it was actually in my Pretty Little Thing holiday outfits video, which if you haven't watched it, what you doing? Get yourself over there, huh? They're almost like a little cape sleeve shape, which I just think is so pretty and feminine and floaty. Obviously it's like a little bit of coverage for this tops of your arms bit. I mean, I'm not exactly flashing a lot of skin right now because high-waisted jeans all the way, gotta keep that on lockdown. But it just means that every so often, like when I'm walking around and stuff, there is a little flash going on here, and it turns out, do you know what? It's alright, the world's still turning, everyone's still fine. No one's bothered about this. This part of my body concerns nobody but me. And occasionally the cat, because she likes to sit on it sometimes. But literally other than that, this is nobody's business other than mine. And turns out wearing a crop top, it's fine. Science is still a thing, history still happened. And last but not least, I mean, I always keep things simple. I don't know what you expect around here anymore. It's never much more exciting than this, really, is it? My new trainies, which I just love, they're so cool. I'm not exactly a trainer connoisseur, so I can't really tell you much about them, to be honest, but they're Adidas. And they're like a retro, like 80s kind of design. They've got a little blue and red stripe across the side of them, and I just think they're amazing. Like talking about Stranger Things earlier, I feel like Stranger Things characters would wear these trainers, and I think that's just the seal of approval for me now on when I buy new things. If I think Nancy Wheeler would wear this, then I'm on board. If I think Billy would fancy a girl who wears these, that's how I'm gonna live my life from now on. So that's my little mid-size get ready with me. Hope you guys really enjoyed it. It's been a while since we've done one of these. I had a really nice time filming, actually. I can't wait to have a chat with you guys in the comments all about this. What you've been up to? I'm interested to know what you've been up to. If you've got any advice for the deep and meaningful questions that I had a chat about, I'm sure people will be grateful to hear it. I'm not particularly good at advice, so anybody who is, get stuck in the comments down below. And I'm interested to know, are you gonna crop top it this summer? I feel like this is like a good starter crop top because like, it's cropped, sort of not cropped, sort of like pushing yourself a little bit, but nothing too risque going on. Make sure you head over and check out 21 Buttons as well. It is one of my go-to apps. I really can't recommend it enough, so I'm going to leave it linked in the description box down below, so you can click on there, download it for yourself. If you did enjoy this one, then I would love it so much if you give it a little thumbs up, and don't forget to hit the red subscribe button as well if you're new around here. You can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram, both at Lucy Jane Wood, and I'll see you guys very soon with another video. Bye! Mwah.